Welcome back to the Bryan Turner Basketball Podcast. And it's feel like it's been a minute. I was looking at my stats and analytics, and it showed that I haven't done a show pertaining the pretty much my content of my basketball podcast since December 21st. When I look back on it, I had me thinking about just being consistent when you're doing shows and you're trying to pump out as much content as possible. So things happen, but at the same time I want to make sure that I kind of tap in with all my supporters, all of the fans, all of the people that kind of keep me motivated and keep me going to continue to do this, because at the end of the day, you guys have inspired me to keep going and to pump out this content. So I feel like I owe you something. I owe you an episode. I owe you some knowledge, some wisdom, some insight on a few things. And so with this episode, I kind of want to do that. I want to tap back in, kind of reestablish some things, and kind of get you caught up on where I am as a person, where I am as far as my coaching, my team. And, if I can be some inspiration to anybody listening, I want to make sure that I do that. So this is why I kind of want to, like I said, tap back in, kind of see where everybody is, where we can kind of go with this. I have some very, 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 hot news as far as, some things that I want to kind of continue to do and kind of uncover these next couple months. But I want you guys to continue to take this journey with me. And I promise I'm going to try to be as consistent as possible with pumping out as much content, and basically not making excuses for it. So with that being said, let's kind of just do some housekeeping notes. This episode is going to be sponsored by our good friends over at SeatGeek. That's when I look on social media and kind of scroll down some of the different videos that I'm seeing. A lot of people out there talking about Queen B, Beyonce tickets. So Beyonce show, I think it's the Renaissance tour, is one of the hottest shows that everybody want to get their hands on. So I got something special for my listeners out there. If you go over to SeatGeek.com and you use the promo code Coach Turner at checkout, you can get $20 off your first purchase, whether if it's going to be Beyonce tickets, or whether if it's going to be, any big shows that are coming up. Take advantage and use these. I had a couple buddies reach out to me, and say, thank you so much for that promo code, because I think they used the code for the Chappelle and Chris Rock tickets. And that's what it's for. It's for you guys to, not to worry yourself so much about the price of tickets. If you can have availability of tickets, you go right over to SeatGeek.com and look and see what's available and match up your price points and your basically the direction you're trying to go with that event, and at the end of the day, just when you can, just thank Coach Turner, for putting that out there for you. I think the more I promote it and the more I put it out there, a lot of people, they come to me and say, I didn't know, and it's past the show dates, but now so I'm putting that back out there, and I'm gonna, like I said, try to make sure that moving forward I kind of put that out there a little bit more. So again, SeatGeek.com, make sure you go over there and start planning out what's gonna happen. Springtime is getting nice out here, and there's gonna be some shows that you guys, I guarantee it's gonna be some shows that you guys wanna check out. So with this episode, I kind of want to tap back around. I've been doing a lot of self-help within these last couple months, as far as tapping into things, getting more centered, more motivated with making sure that I'm present in this time. It's 2022-2023 basketball season. I see a lot of my counterparts, coaches that, again, we kind of talk about the ups and downs of the season. The most important thing is to make sure, as a coaches, make sure that you're taking care of yourself. I'm seeing a lot of my buddies, man, a lot of my coaching colleagues, man, going through, man, health issues. And, you know, the game has been real good to us. The game has been real good to making sure that we attain to stay healthy and strive for healthy habits for our young men and young women. We got to make sure that we follow that same notion when it comes to ourselves. So I'm going to constantly be a big advocate of making sure that you take care of yourself, you do the things necessary to help yourself out, and not always looking at things as a win-loss when it pertains to the things that we do on a day-to-day basis with the competition and the coaching. But at the end of the day, showing these young men and young women that it's bigger than just the game. And you're trying to win at the game of life. And a lot of times, man, winning at the game of life is making sure that you're taking care of yourself so that you can kind of impact the next generation and be there for the next generation. So you have to live the message and be the message that you're spewing out of your mouth on a constant basis in those practices, in those workouts, and making sure that you kind of tell them to, hey, take care of yourself, drink the water, eat healthy foods, condition yourself to be competitive on the court. But not only that, making it a lifestyle to when you start to get older and you go to your young adulthood, young adult years, you continue to have those same habits and those same things that the game taught you. And you apply that in different areas of your life. So I kind of want to have this episode kind of be about that just a little bit. It's not going to be too long, but however long it is, hoping that you get a lot from this. So one of the things I kind of want to speak on, and I kind of wrote down some things that I think folks can kind of use when it pertains to, let's say, the spiritual world. I don't know how you guys are with your program. If you and you should be trying to incorporate some aspects of faith, some aspects of it may be a spiritual side, a motivating side, but just something that's not of the physical that you're trying to motivate your kids with and by. And a lot of times I love to use the scripture, the Bible verse, walk by faith and not by sight. So when you say walk by faith and not by sight, I think I say it in a lot of my videos, and I kind of reiterate it throughout the year, as far as walking by faith and not by sight can go a long way. Okay, Coach, well, what does that mean, walk by faith and not by sight? Well, basically it just means, man, have faith. When pertaining to the team, have faith that the team is capable of great things. The whole part of brotherhood and the whole part of playing sports is you want to believe that you can get things done. I go back to thinking about the days in the backyard or days playing on the court. It's always that kid that's coming down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you heave that half court shot up in hopes of making that game winning shot. If you never believe that you can make that shot, those visuals are not gonna ever come in your head for you to even think that you can do that. So when I mean walk by faith, basically, man, have dreams. Dream and believe, man. All type of things are capable. And not only that, when you start believing that, you empower that into your team to think like, man, anything is possible. If you're faced with any type of adversity, there's no way that you can make that shot from that far out. It's no way that you can make a game-winning layup with 0.1 seconds. It's no way that you can make the game-scoring football touchdown. There's no way that you can do that. If you never believe that you can do that, then you're not walking by faith. You got to have that faith that great things can happen. So that's one thing that I want to make sure that you guys kind of can keep reiterating through your team, that, man, even if you 0-5, you 0-10, if you 3-17, you have to believe and put that in your kids that that through any type of adversity that you're facing, that something that's positive is going to come out on the other side. There's something that you can't see right now that you're going to strive for. So again, walk by faith, not by sight, not by exactly what's going on right now. Another notion that I want to make sure that you guys can kind of use. And again, this is some nuggets that I've been, dropping for years to keep guys motivated. And another one is believe in yourself and your teammates and never give up, even when you hit a roadblock. It's just a belief. I'm big on Coach Prime. You watch Coach Deion Sanders, man, he uses the hashtag believe. Hashtag believes. And it kind of goes back to, again, to that Bible verse, man. Walk by faith, not by sight. You have to believe that these things can get done. And ultimately, the belief has to come from within yourself and the abilities of you putting in that work. All right. Number 3, remember to focus on the goal and not the obstacle. All right. Even when it seems hard to achieve success, keep marching towards it with faith and determination. Okay. That's why those workouts are so important at the beginning of the year, man. Making sure that, have kids experience and go through some things. And the things shouldn't just be easy. I think back to the beginning of the year when kids are trying out for teams. Making teams, being a part of teams, being a part of a crew, being a part of a family has to endure some type of sacrifice to be a part of that. Because if that's the case, are you going to just let anybody on your team, anybody within your circle, anybody that's around you that 1 minute can be, all for it and the next minute is not going to be all for it? So you want to make sure that you instill in certain things to let them know, like, hey, look, if you want to be a part of this, you're going to have to go through some things. All right. And again, that has to be an achievement of some type of success. All right. You go through it, you get through it. All right. Succeed in it. Then that lets me know that you're ready. You're ready to move forward and ready to move on. Okay. So that's another notion that I like to use. And, the next one is set examples on and off the court. This is something that I like to embody with just how I move. Being a coach, being a leader of young men and young women, and even being the elder in the community, man, you carry a lot of weight with the key word wisdom. Why being wise and being wise and having wisdom just comes with just, man, ups and downs, seeing things 1 minute how they are and knowing that, oh man, that might come back around, but then being smart the next time. So when you walk, you need to set an example on and off the court on, if I behave like this and I act like this, man, maybe it's a chance that somebody is watching. And when somebody is watching, maybe they may not have full context of why I'm doing certain things. So let me make sure that I'm doing the right thing, that I'm moving in God's spirit, a God-like individual, to where if someone sees me, oh man, he's doing something positive, as if someone sees me and I'm doing something that's underhanded or not walking in the right way, that someone may say that and they may take that on and say, oh man, let me behave like this. So at the end of the day, you have to set an example and be a leader and show respect to everyone. Stay humble no matter what the circumstances are. I see people behave a certain way when they get up. Oh man, I done won this and I done accomplished this and I got this amount of money and that amount of money, and you're a different person. But what happens when, you're not winning this? What happens when you don't have this? What happens when you don't have the monetary funds at your discretion that you used to have? Are you going to be the same person or are you going to be a different person? But behave and walk the same way no matter what the circumstances are. And people will pick up on that. And I guarantee, man, if you start moving in that direction and moving that way, man, you set a great example for the next generation to hold on to. And with that, if you can stay humble during that whole process, man, it's a certain confidence that comes across when somebody is secure and humble within themselves to know, like, It ain't on me, it's in me. It don't matter what I got on. It don't matter how many it's in me. I'm walking the right way. I'm walking upright in the right spirit to let folks know that, okay, no matter what the circumstances are, I'm walking by faith and not by sight. So, even if I don't have that money right now, or that $1 million, or that $2 million, it don't matter. Shoot, if I want to obtain that one day, I can believe that I can obtain that, and not let my walk any differently than if I don't have it, or whether then I do have it or I don't. So, that's one thing that that I want folks to kind of, tap in and pay attention to. And then in the end, man, just making sure that you stick together. I think I had this same message on a couple other videos that, if you haven't picked up on these notions and the things that I'm teaching, you should try to pick up on it, because it comes back around, and there's certain principles that keep coming back around that going to success. But it's just something that, again, I just want people to kind of pick up on and just understand that, it's going to be times where, things are not going to be seeming the way that you want it to seem. And I think back to like where I'm at right now, the first thing that we started talking about in this episode was just that, I kind of took a break. And not just a break of just saying I'm giving things up, but just a break as far as, life happens. Would I like to be doing things a little bit more? Absolutely. But at the same time, man, obstacles and other obligations get in the way, which I'm not making an excuses, because this is something that I love to do. And I have to be honest, and I have to make sure I have accountability with putting these out. But it's going to be times where people hustle and grind. Life has gotten the most out of them, and there's nothing wrong with that. You have to ask yourself sometime, man, has the hustle and grind of life gotten to be a little bit too much sometimes? And if it has, all right, look at your productivity. If your productivity is taking a dive, look at some things that you need to tighten up. Get yourself centered. Get yourself in a position where you can acknowledge and say, man, I need to, kind of get things in gear. And at the same time, know how am I going to get out of this? And the ways that you can get out of this is some of the things that I just got through talking about, as far as walking by faith and not by sight. Though that's a good benchmark to kind of get you out of that rut, to kind of get you moving in the right direction. And that can go in all walks of life, whether if it's at work, whether if it's at school, whether if it's projects that you're working on, right? Certain times we lose sight of our goals. And again, like I said, man, things happen. Life happens. You hit a roadblock. But at the end of the day, you need to have different type of ways to stay motivated and organized. Hopefully those how many was it? Maybe 4 or 5 little nuggets that I kind of talked about will kind of help you out. So yeah, man, this was a nice, I feel like this was a nice little episode, man. Nice little way to dive back into things. Again, I owe you guys a little bit more content, and I'm going to try to push this out more. So this is just a quick way to dive back into these episodes, and you can use these in all walks of life. So thank you for being here, man. Thank you for spending about 15-20 minutes with me, kind of breaking this stuff down. Again, use the SeatGeek SeatGeekApp.com, using the promo code Coach Turner to get you some of those Beyonce tickets or whatever tickets that you want to get. Drop me a comment. You can send me a direct message. You can send me a whether it's on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and I try to get to some topics that you guys want to kind of discuss and talk about. but I'm all game. So again, thank you for spending time with me. Hope you have a great weekend. Hope you have a great week. Hope you have a great day. And catch you on the next video.